Guys, I'm Michael Lau, Travel Costa Rica NOW.com. We're at the relocation retreat. We're at the last day. Man. Montana del Fuego, my neck of the woods in La Fortuna. And we're talking to some of the people that participated in the relocation retreat, asking what they thought about it. They can say anything they want. We're not paying them off at all.
No.
So, but real quick, guys, if Costa Rica is on your radar, but you're not quite sure, if I would say this, you might want to consider this relocation retreat. It's a 6-7 day event. That's a big bus. We don't care if you move here. We just want to provide you information so you can make a good decision whether Costa Rica is right for you or it's honey. We're going to police. So we got one coming up again soon. All that info is in a link in the description. But we're talking to Jen right now. Jen, thanks for taking the time. Last day relocation. My first question would be, well, no, where are you from, actually? Let's go this way.
Florida.
Yeah.
I'm moving from Florida.
So how did forget the relocation for a minute?
Yeah.
How did Costa Rica? Have you been here before?
Yes, in fact, I was here for the first time 25 years ago in La Fortuna. And that was my first time here, and this is my second time coming back.
Now we should say, you know, Brenda came to this. She actually has a place down in Uvita.
Yeah, so I decided, I traveled here for the last dozen years, multiple times a year surfing, exploring different parts of the country. But when I came here 25 years ago, I had it in my mind that I'm going to explore living here one day. And so that's what I've been doing. And then I bought my house last year, but then I got long COVID. So everything got delayed.
So it's interesting. So I've been involved in about 6 relocation retreats, and every relocation retreat has been either a couple or a person. We had one person who's lived here 2 years that came to this event to pick up, whether it's the contacts. I would say the contacts alone are worth the price of admission, but that we'll let Brenda say that. But you're not like a anomaly for people. We've had a lot of people that do live here or have a place here that actually comes to these.
Yeah, I mean, I think what was for me, I had signed up to work with Sarah Elena one-on-one, but then I got long COVID and had delayed my move for like a year. And but once I had made that decision, then there's just like a boatload of information that you need to know in order to execute the move successfully.
Yes.
And so it's not just deciding to come to Costa Rica. It's like, well, what do you do when you get there? You know.
I think you're right. It's very easy. Oh yeah, let's go to Costa Rica. Okay, what's that even look like? What's that mean?
And you guys, for me, even though I had made that decision, like all the questions that I had, I'm in the middle of the move. You all pretty much answered. I can't think of a single question that I have that I couldn't answer before I left for this retreat.
So do you feel like it was worth the price of admission? Are you kind of going, God, I could have done without that?
I was on the fence before I signed up because I was working one-on-one, but worth the price of admission without a question. I mean, the wealth of information, the relationships, the connections you said, you know, the just whole experience itself. I mean, it for me, it was priceless.
Yeah, that shouldn't be underestimated because you know what? This happens all the time. You guys connect. You know, whether you move here or not, you met some people that we click, and they keep talking, and maybe you both move down here, and you have hey, how do you do this thing? And you have all these different connections.
And the presenters too.
Yeah, and you know what? I think Lou was saying this, and when I was talking to him, you know, I think everybody, bar none, every presenter, Pablo, Import-Export Guy, Johnny, Healthcare, Immigration, all the people said, you know what? If you need a question answered, just call me.
Oh, just
call me. Nobody's like going, you owe me. Yeah. You know, it's $5 a minute to ask me the question.
That's what I wanted to tell you in this interview about my experience. Is I never felt like anybody was trying to sell their services. That they were genuinely there to help, provide the information, and then if you wanted to follow up with them, great. But it wasn't like dependent. You know, you could follow up with them if you wanted to, but I feel like the way I describe it to friends back home, they're like, why are you doing that retreat? I'm like, because it's one-stop shopping. I'm going to go someplace in 1 week. I'm going to meet all the different professionals I need to, network with and get information from, all in one place.
All the speakers where you can just by the way they talk, they like what they do.
Oh, they love, they're passionate.
And that's kind of nice to see. That's why I think Sarah and I, we try to find the best of the best. There's other people that do these things, but we try to find, we vet people. You just don't get to say, hey, Michael and Sarah, I want to talk about this thing. No, you don't get to. No, we got to check you out. What's your agenda? What are you doing? Are you like-minded thinking? Because I think with Sarah and I, we're very transparent.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're pretty honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we might make a little bit of money, but it's not at anybody's expense. We're taking advantage of anybody. And all those speakers, I think, are similar.
Oh, and the other thing you talked about, is it worth the price of admission? When you think about the amount of time you would have to spend researching on your own to get that information, and then you wouldn't even know if the information was correct. I mean, that alone was worth the price of admission. Just hearing from vetted, trusted professionals who are awesome people. It was like, how better does it get better than that?
I'm going to double down on that because the context, if you've never lived here, maybe you don't travel that much, but you moved down here, you don't want to start anything, whether it's immigration, building a house, buying any of it, with the wrong people.
Oh,
you don't want to, I mean, unfortunately, that is here too.
Mm-hmm.
We have those unsavory, untoward people that will take advantage of you. And now you're in the middle of construction of your house, knowing you're getting ripped off in a sense, or you're going through residency and it's like, wait a minute, did I just pay $3,000? What is going on here? So I think just the context and knowing that whatever you're trying to work with, that this person will take care of you in that sense. I like that because I made all the mistakes. When I first came here,
that's why you're good at what you do.
Yeah. It only took me 18 years to learn. So what did you think about the place, Montana del Fuego?
Like I said, it was very special for me to return to Fortuna 25 years later. So, of course, it's completely different.
It turned into a tourist town.
Yeah, but
which I'm not.
I spent 25 years ago New Year's Eve on Tabacon Springs when I was hardly anything here. So for me, this is actually a very memorable moment in my life to come back 25 years later. And even though it's changed so much, the beauty of where we are.
At the camera a little bit, show me your face. No, you're good. You keep talking.
So the beauty of where we're staying, that's one of the things that draws me to Costa Rica is the nature and the beauty of the
were you cool? Were you cool with the staff? Was the staff friendly? What about the food?
If you want to talk about Pura Vida, I mean, the staff here is like a perfect example of what Pura Vida is. They were so kind and gracious and willing to help and go out of their way.
They say good morning. They say
it's amazing. And so I feel like, yes, I'm home when I'm here.
If you had to give, be gentle, Brenda. Yeah. Be gentle with this.
Okay, I'll be gentle.
If you had to give some feedback to help us make it something better, or even maybe we need to tell the hotel, hey, let's do this thing and try to get this, better. What would you say?
I would just say I was disappointed that they were doing construction on the pools, but you guys couldn't help that. So maybe next time, maybe they'll be done. I don't know.
I got to tell you, that was depressing. So I came here twice. They never told me they'd be working on pools. When I was here, the pool area was great.
Yeah.
But I do understand, since I've been living in Fortuna in a tourist town, it is true during low season, they try to take advantage of it. Now, it would have been nice if they told us. So I totally agree. That was very disappointing because that area really is nice down there. I saw it when they weren't doing that. Matter of fact, just 2 weeks prior. So I totally get that. And
the property is lovely. Yeah. And I mean, doing the mud thing that they had down there and the smaller pools.
That was fun.
I mean, I would come back here on my own.
Do you think there was a good mix of downtime?
Oh yeah,
because we did a lot of activities, or you didn't have to do activities, but they were available.
I think the way that you structured the retreat was right on the money.
That was Sarah. Sarah was good at that part.
Like the way she structured it, because I mean, I've been to lots of different retreats, and some of them they try to cram too much in 1 week, and then
information overload.
And like by midweek, your like brain is fried and you can't process anything, and you're like done.
You're so right.
You know. So I felt like, and just the way you guys work, you're very like individualized, customized, tailored to the individual. I felt like this retreat, even though we're a group, you could tailor it to like what you needed. Like if you needed more rest, you needed more activity, you needed more. I think the rhythm of the retreat was really great.
Well, I got to say, Jen, thank you for all this feedback and taking the time to do this testimonial, guys. You're like Jen, right? It could be you. This could be you. Yeah, Brenda, if I say Jen one more time, I'm going to go with old age. I'm going with the old age. I get something stuck in my brain, and I just say, this is Brenda. This is old age not paying attention to shit. I'm sorry. God dang it. See, I'm going to have to edit this out. But no, I won't really.
It's okay.
So sorry about that. Anyway, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Guys, I'm Michael Allen, Travel Costa Rica NOW.com.
Come on down.
Thinking about living or traveling anywhere, always do your homework and research. And if it's Costa Rica, I'm going to say my videos, and actually Sarah's too. She's got a wealth of information as well. And we're going to thank Brenda. Ciao, guys. Jesus. It's so